everyone. You're listening to A Pinch of Basile. I am your host with the most. I am Basile. I am getting ready to do this show, and then I got to skedoodle over to wonderful Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the Comedy Cabana, where I'll be headlining tonight and all through the week. I'm here with my wonderful and lovely co-host, Janice Hermson, and chief engineer, who we could not do the show without, Christian Meyer. Christian, Janice, what's going on, y'all?
Oh, it's warm out there.
Oh,
it is hot.
And smoky.
Yeah, very
It's smoky. Is it smoky out there?
Oh, my goodness, yes. Terrible.
Really?
Loyalton fire, yeah. We got a terrible fire.
Oh, terrible. Well, listen, I just want to let everyone know tonight that we do this live stream thing on Facebook right now. And listen, on Basile Fans, go to Facebook at Basile Fans, BASILEFANS. You can listen on the TuneIn app and on any phone or device. Once you have the app, just search America Matters, search out the show A Pinch of Basile, and you'll see my lovely face. Pin up for every prison around the world. So anyway, if you're on the computer, just go to americamatters.us. We really want to hear from you, and I think I stirred up the pot enough for people to actually chime in. Go to my Basile Fans page, like I said, on Facebook, where we do this live streaming show. And if you have any questions, give us a call at 844-790-8255. You can also text Janice. Janice, what is that magical number?
It is 775-237-2266.
That's right. We're heard all over the world, especially on KCKQ 1180 on the AM. We are heard around the world, including on Greek Beat Radio.
Greek Beats Radio. Beats Radio.
We're excited because we can be heard in Australia, all throughout Europe, the UK, and of course we have an AM, an FM station out in the UK as well, in London. And I want to thank all of you. We're going to be increasing those stations very, very shortly. Tonight, as like I said, you can tell I'm dressed in my traditional black before I go on stage because that is my signature color. I will be going entertaining at the wonderful Comedy Cabana in Myrtle Beach, the only 5-star, even out of 4. I don't know how the hell they got 5 stars, but they got 5 stars out of 4. It's amazing. Simply amazing. And I'll be there tonight through all the way through Saturday night. So make sure you give them a call or go to comedycabana.com. A lot of things have been going on. And I'll tell you what, we're excited to have one of my favorite friends. You know, first of all, he's a friend. Congressman Gus Bilirakis from Florida's 12th Congressional District in Tampa, Florida. He'll be joining us, explaining some of the things that have been going on. I threw a little bit of gas on that fire today, Janice. What'd you think about that?
Boy, you stirred him up. You had some folks,
stirred him up.
Saying, not so much.
Yeah, I can tell you what, I got people on both sides angry at me and angry at some of the other people that were ganging up on me. Folks, I want to explain this to you that a 6-year-old can understand, okay? Our forefathers, those people who came off the boat, those people who were born here, those people who have fought all the wars, fought for a reason, for various freedoms to actually espouse our opinions. You may not agree with said opinion, but the thing is, you have to learn to respect other people's opinions. I'm not always right. I'm not always wrong. Sometimes a lot of you have the issue of thinking that only your opinion matters. And when you go to the voting booth, that's all that really does matter. The only thing, I've been called some terrible names, and, they're so disappointed and maybe lost a fan or two. But the thing is, we all are entitled to our opinion, and there is nothing wrong with that. Don't call me a racist because I don't agree with maybe one thing out of 15. Don't call me a racist. I don't call you a racist. Things like this bother me because you have to be mature enough. Don't have your skin that thin that if I disagree with you, you're going to get up in a tussy and just get all upset. We all have an opinion, and everyone should be able to share their opinions without any, oh, you disgust me, I can't believe it. I remember when I was a kid, my parents would discuss politics with my other cousin's parents. And they would scream at each other and go crazy and look and like, ugh. But at the end of the night, what I always respected, they always gave each other a kiss, said goodnight with a soft I love you, and then we went to each other's homes. That's what I want to see. Today, we're going to have an important guest, Gus Bilirakis. We'll be taking some of your questions, but I want respect for the man who actually has a job representing and been voted many times as their representative from the 12th Congressional District, Gus Bilirakis. So I want to tell you, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Don't cut other people short because it's not yours. And that's all I got to say about that, Janice.
Oh, it was well said. Well said. I think that I have heard you serious, oh my goodness, maybe twice. So well done.
I know. Well, it just doesn't go well with the black.
Not with what you do. It's okay. It was well done.
Well, the thing is, not everyone's going to agree.
Well, you were talking about family members, and we had a very small gathering this weekend outside, and we don't all agree. And we did have some of those discussions. And though we probably didn't all kiss and make up, we all were respectful of each other, and we were able to do that. It's been hard getting there, though. I will tell you that. Sometimes we couldn't even talk about it, but
sure.
We did get there. So there you go.
And the thing is, I feel for you, because to me, it's sad that people sometimes hold that grudge. Mm-hmm. I got friends, I got cousins of mine who are communists, but I love them because they're my cousins, and plus I respect their opinion. It's not mine, but I respect their opinion.
Sure. And that's all you need to do is just respect. Have respect.
Absolutely.
If we could all get there, this would be a lot better.
It certainly would. As long as you all agree with what I say, we're going to be just fine.
There you go. Listen to Basile.
Anyway, folks, listen, we got to do this thing that pays the bills and everything. It's called a station break. So remember, we're going to be back in just a few moments with our guest, Gus Bilirakis. Everything is better with a pinch of Basile.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
Now back to the show.
Oh, we are indeed back here listening to a pinch of Basile all around the world, from Australia to South Africa, throughout Europe, of course, the UK, throughout North America, that includes Canada and the US, even down in South and Central America. I want to thank the people who put it on from Greek Beat Radio.
Greek Beat Radio. Greek Beat Radio.
You can always find me on Basile Fans. That's Basile Fans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, you can always go to my website. Hey, by the way, folks, have you checked out our new blog? That's right. It's the Basile Blog Blurb. Say that real fast a bunch of times. It's also known as the Triple B. Check us out. A new one's going up tomorrow, which I got to buy. I have to take to my producer, make sure she's okay with it, make her corrections. And make, it'd be better if you put a period on this. If you, okay, that's fine. And then, of course, if you have any questions.
She's not that bad. Come on.
Folks, some of the things we're going to discuss, Gus, I'm sure, because I know that he may have gone to D.C., and I'm hoping that he's not delayed in any way. He's always been Johnny on the spot, being on time and stuff like that. So I just wanted to see what, hopefully everything is okay. I'm sure he is. If you have any questions, you know the number, 844-790-8255, 844-790-8255. If you're on Facebook, leave us a comment. If you're on Facebook right now, leave us a comment. And there's a text number. What's that text number again, Anna?
And that would be 775-237-2266.
So much going on. I got to tell you, I'm excited about some of the stuff that we've had. And that I've been finding out. I wanted to really find out about ballots and how it's going to work. And then someone brought up a very, very interesting thing that I saw that no one really mentioned about the ballots. And I think I told you earlier, was that on the back of your ballot, there's either an R, capital R, or a capital D on the actual codes. I saw this brought on by someone on Facebook, and I was kind of doing some research, and I could not find the research.
I have a question then. What about the I's and the N's and the others? Are they all doing that? Is it for...
I got to be honest with you. I don't know. And I think Gus is on. Is he a ranking member of the subcommittee, of the Postal Subcommittee?
I don't know if he is. Did you read that? Because I did not see
I didn't see that, and I don't know, because I think most of the stuff he does are for Veteran Affairs, and
right.
God bless the work that he's done for them. For economic opportunities in the subcommittee as a member of the VA Disability Assistance and all that stuff. And we'll go over that when we bring him back on. But that, to me, is a little worrisome on some of that stuff. My biggest question has always been, are you a registered voter? That's always been my question. And then, here in North Carolina, you now have to have an actual license or identification.
Oh, you do?
Given by the oh, yes.
Oh, yeah,
here in North Carolina, you have to have
here.
a license or identification. And a lot of people are always fighting it. Well, we can't get that. How can you not get that? You're not driving? Okay. You don't have a license.
If anybody out there can explain that, I would love to understand, because I know that for any kind of social assistance, because they're saying that these are people that are challenged, right? Mm-hmm. So if they need any kind of social welfare, anything like that, and I don't know what they're calling it, so forgive me for probably using the wrong word. Yeah. If they need anything like that, they have to have some kind of identification. So I don't understand the concept of that. So if somebody can explain that to me, I'd love to understand it.
Please call in right now, 844-790-8255. Let us know what the reason and or rationale is. Okay, now, look, when I was a kid, the first thing I wanted was to be recognized, and I needed are you listening? My ID. That was the most proudest thing I had. Like, my face is on this, and that I needed an ID, Then we got the phony IDs for just say you wanted to go someplace that you weren't supposed to be at. You needed a phony ID. One day I got a phony ID, and my name was Wang Chunchang.
Oh, no. Come on. I don't believe you.
Made it through. Oh, no. Wang Chuchang.
Is that Hispanic or is that Asian?
It was Chuchang.
No. Was Juan Juan or?
No, it was like.
Yeah, I know. I was like, come on.
Wangeo. Wang, and that was the pronunciation. Chuchang.
How many times did you have to practice that to get there?
I lied my ass off to get to that. And it was given to me by someone, and they actually wound up using my name or put my name, on there to make it look, and I had to take my picture, and they had to. It was an ordeal, because back then you had to use like some type of a liquid to get rid of stuff and put new letters. It was ridiculous, and I got the name, and I was Wan Chuchang, and I thought that was the stupidest thing in the world. And the bouncer would just look at the date. That's all. They never looked at the name.
How funny. How funny.
And I got in. Yeah, I got in. And it was a friend of, he wasn't a friend. He was on the wrestling team. He was much older than I was. And his name was Brian Basile. And this is right before they switched to the identifications. Other with a picture, it was only a description. Brown hair, 6'2", 215 pounds, whatever the case was, right? And they had that, and for years, for 2 years, I had Brian Basile's actual paper license. It didn't have a picture back on it back then. It was an actual paper license. Yeah. Then before then, I was actually going out with some of the wise men, and we had our identifications chiseled on a piece of rock. Okay, that's garbage.
Was that with the 10 Commandments?
The 15 Commandments. It was there one of the blocks fell and broke, and when I have 10 Commandments.
Exactly.
What movie did that come from? I can't remember.
History of the World.
Life of Brian.
History of the World Part 2? Part 1?
Oh my God.
Mel Brooks.
Funny as hell. Oh my God. I mean, was it Mel Brooks?
It was.
Oh my God. Okay. Because I love Life of Brian still makes me laugh. And one of the funniest movies ever made by Monty Python. One of the funniest ever. And I gotta tell you, to this day, it still makes me laugh. My daughters and I watch it. My eldest daughter, Zakarula, we watch it all the time. It's hysterical. It's a great movie. Well, by the way, man, what is your favorite comedy movie? Because I know you have your comedy show. What's your favorite comedy movie?
So real quick on Life of Brian, I assume that you and the family sing Staying on the Bright Side of Life. But my favorite
No, I have no idea about that.
My favorite comedy movie is Ghostbusters.
Really?
Yes.
I'm surprised.
Hands down.
Huh. That's interesting.
Wow. I think the one favorite comedy movie to this day, Animal House. To me, it's so sad that I know every line of that movie.
That's a great movie. Not only that, but it was written after the fraternity that I was a part of, obviously in a different location, but the fraternity that I'm a part of was known as those sort of party animals.
Yeah, the Delta House?
Yep. Delta Ta Delta.
Were you on secret double probation?
I think we were on triple secret double probation.
We had, I belonged to my fraternity, Sigma Tau Gamma, Beta Upsilon chapter at Cleveland State University. And I thank God I never really lived in the house. I passed out in the house many a time, but I never lived in the house because I don't think I would have ever graduated, to be quite honest with you. So, our house had a lot of, I love the memories that I have are just fantastic. So, to me, it's always been great with that. I guess we're still waiting for Gus. Have we had any messages or anything from him at all?
They did confirm this morning, so it must be something's going on, or maybe they'll come in at the half. I don't know.
We'll see. They haven't joined yet, so
yeah, but they did confirm. So I don't know. They just wanted to set you up and have you get out there and rile it all up, and then drop you flat.
Isn't that something? Just like Gus, just like them Republicans doing that to me.
Yeah, that's it. It's all a joke.
Oh my gosh. I think some of the movies that are out there right now, some of the comedies out there are really, really funny. But some really just have no true characters. If you were to watch Life of Brian, one of my favorite segments of that movie was when Brian actually gets up in the morning, opens up the window, and he's yawning. He's completely naked, and there's thousands of people below him screaming out, "The Messiah! The Messiah! The Messiah!" And he closes the shutters real quick, and he opens up again, "The Messiah! The Messiah!" He goes, "I am not the bloody Messiah!" Then all of a sudden, someone off to the side screams out, "Only the true Messiah would say he's not the Messiah." He's like, "Okay, I am the Messiah." You all go crazy. It's just stupid sophomoric material that just always made me laugh. To me, hysterically funny. Anyway, what else are we going to be doing? I guess we're going to try and go to Gus if he comes to us at the bottom of the hour.
Yep.
And folks, I'm sorry. We were supposed to have Congressman Gus Bilirakis come representative from the 12th Congressional District out in Tampa, Florida. He'll be back hopefully at the bottom of the hour. We're going to be back after these messages from our wonderful sponsors. We're back with more of A Pinch of Basile.
Unable to listen to the whole show? A recording of today's program will be available later today. Visit americamatters.us and click on the podcast link. Now, back to the show.
Oh, we are indeed back with more of A Pinch of Basile. Call us at 844-790-8255. Hey, listen, before our guest comes on, hopefully he'll come on, but something must have gone seriously awry for him not to be with it. He's always been Johnny on spot with his time, so I'm hoping everything is okay.
Maybe they're voting.
Him and his family. Say again?
Maybe he's voting on something.
Yeah. Who knows? Also, if you want to talk to some of you were very, very vocal during when I made that post about the way I felt and what was going on. So I'll tell you what, if you guys are really want to talk it out with me, do so. 844-790-8255. Keep it clean. That's all I ask. We do have a delay, but I certainly, for the sake of the audience, and I'm always trying to go ahead and do the right thing always, and give people the opportunity to speak their mind, because I'm a fair, wonderful man that I am. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I am. And again, I want one more time, I want to thank the people over at Greek Beat Radio for doing their thing. Greek Beat Radio. Let me tell you, we don't waste any money on our effects, not at all. So, Janice, you said you wanted to ask me a couple of things.
Well, no, we got Nick. You were reading the post.
Cengus.
Yes, you were reading the post that he had written as far as the USPS has been running the red for over 14 years. Haven't seen any real improvement until the Trump administration. As far as all the blue mailboxes being removed, they've been doing that since the beginning. I don't know what the blue mailbox, because I'm going to be ignorant. They've been doing that since the beginning of the Obama administration. 12,000 nationwide were removed by 2016. Guess what? Nobody said anything during the 2016 election. So there you go.
Evidently not. You don't know what the blue mailboxes are?
I don't, and I feel like I should, but I just really don't.
Have you ever been on a corner of a city and all of a sudden, the congressman is calling?
Those blue mailboxes.
You never seen them?
About. Yes, I do know what you're talking
hold on.
about. Okay,
I'm going to ask for a quick thing. Janice, go ahead and talk. I want to see what Gus is doing right here real quick, okay?
Because apparently Gus is calling, but just not through these. So Nick also says that the Trump administration does listen to to its citizens. Effective today, they will cease USPS cost-saving cuts until after the election. Wow. Doesn't that sound crazy, Christian? That they'll cease cost-saving cuts.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they want the mail to continue. They want everything to go out in bulk. But at the same time, those cuts, the things to make things move a little bit more quickly.
Right.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Can't have your cake and eat it too.
No. And I know that Basile was getting some comments from folks that were Biden supporters, and they were not real happy with him. So we'd love to hear from you and hear what you have to say. Basile's open to having some friendly conversation about that. I know he commented to some of the posters. And I know that he's...
I'm back. I just wanted to let you know, Gus is trying to get a hold of us. I have no idea. He goes, can you hear me? I said, yeah, well, can I FaceTime this? I said, no. I said, did you not get the link on Zoom?
I sent it to him.
Hold on. I'm going to so he's going to try and get on with us right quick with the link and everything. So
should I send it again to his contact, do you think?
You know what? I don't know. I really don't know. Right. He just called me on my cell phone, and I was like, "Oh, well,
good that he called anyway."
Yeah, so I'm glad that he's okay. That was the biggest thing.
Yes.
So, what was some of the comments made?
Oh, we were just talking about the fact that they're doing that they're going to cease the USPS cost-saving cuts until after the election, because I guess the Democrats felt that this was something to hurt the post office so that the election wouldn't go well. I presume that was their take on it.
I mean, when I used to do absentee voting, I used to have to go to the registrar's office or to go and vote at the count in the city, and they pulled my name. They said who I am. I made my votes and did everything I needed to do. And I said, because I was always on tour.
Right.
And so I couldn't vote on that day. But I think I'm going to go personally vote. And I recommend that everyone
We can't.
You can't even go ahead and do that.
No.
So you can't vote.
No. Well, no, you have to vote by mail. They had a special session. And during that special session, they voted that we're going to do mail-in. All mail-in. And I have to tell you, and I will be writing to our governor, just the week before this happened, I had a knock on my door, and here's a guy holding one of my husband's prescriptions because the post office put it in his box instead of ours. I mean, they can't get it right. And that's not the first time that that's happened, or that other people have commented that, they're just not able to get it into the right place. So how do you get your ballots, right?
Listen, they're putting how many millions of packages and pieces of mail do they deliver a day?
I agree. However, if you're going to entrust them with something like voting, then we need to do it right.
Yeah.
You can't have an excuse for that.
Yeah. Listen, I've always been a firm believer that you need to go ahead and put your actual, you register, you go, you wait in line like everyone. It's a pain in the ass. Everyone's got to do it. Okay?
Do you know that Dr. Fauci stated that he felt people, as long as they followed and this was on National Geographic, interviewed him, and it was July 31st, and he said there would be no reason he felt that you couldn't vote by mail, vote in person, as long as you follow the standard guidelines, like you do when you go to the grocery store or anywhere else.
Agreed.
So,
agreed.
If everybody talks about the science, if Dr. Fauci's saying it's okay, then our governor needs to listen.
Well, your governor has some issues too. I'm just going to say issues. I'm not saying the governor needs to wear a helmet, but your governor has some issues. Right?
Can I tell you?
I've gotten some crazy things. And you and I talk every day, and just to sit there and hear some of the things that your governor actually does and says, I shake my head. I play Vegas. I play Reno. And it's making it tough for us as an entertainer to go out there, and because they are so butt backwards. How's that?
Bizarre.
Is that better?
Bizarre, would you say?
I don't know what the hell it is. To me, it's just after a while, you're like, oh, for God's sakes, So it's been one of those crazy whirlwinds of, but it's not only Nevada.
Right.
I mean, there are other states that are going through the same issues. And the thing is, I just don't trust, because, yes, it leads itself to possible cheating.
Right.
How else can I put it?
Right.
That's why I always wanted people to have a license, an identification to match up your name. You're registered. Okay, you can now vote, because it could lead to cheating. And I don't care if it's a pro-Republican stance or a pro-Democrat.
Well, that's the thing. It could be on both sides. It's not one side or the other. That's not saying that one side or the other is going to do it. I think they're both going to do it. I think that there are people on both sides that want it bad and are willing to do just about anything to get what they want. So it's a shame.
Absolutely.
It's a shame.
By hook or by crook. And a lot of people know my background in politics, okay, and I worked in Washington, D.C. I was a legislative assistant for a congressman from Cleveland, Ohio. And even though I leaned more right, I worked for a nice, wonderful Democratic Congresswoman, Mary Rose Ocar. And she was a lovely lady, did a wonderful things for her constituency that she had up in Cleveland. And I got to tell you, I really think, they want the power. Doesn't matter where they want the power. And at that time, they were dealing with Reagan at that time.
Right.
And they did not like Reagan at that time. Reagan did this and Reagan did that. And I think Reagan will go down as one of the better presidents we've ever had in this country. He beat the Soviets, the Russians, without firing a shot. He did so many wonderful things, and people are going, "Oh yeah, he just gave us cheese and peanut butter." Oh my God, really? And you shake your head. It was more of a supply side economic type of fuel, but then you have people who think they know everything and say, "Well, you have to be compassionate as a president. You have to be a leader as a president."
But everybody's got a different definition of what that means.
Oh my God. If you were to listen, I like Michelle Obama. I really do. I think she was a tremendous first lady. I even like, Barack Obama as president. Did I vote for him? No, but it wasn't because I was racist. It was because I didn't care for his politics.
Yeah, people have forgotten how that works.
Oh my God! The reason why, because you're just racist if you didn't vote for him. Are you serious?
Well, here's what Pete Soto says. Look, I was part of a law enforcement agency for 30 years. Now I'm in EMS for 3 years. I have a daughter. She's 9. I may not agree with everything from either party, but I believe Trump and Republicans will keep us safer and have a better future. Look at Seattle, Portland, and Chicago. Look at New York and Minneapolis. I don't want this. Someone is funding this anarchy, and we have to stop it. I spent 2 hours on the phone helping my mother fix her Medicaid. The government does not run these programs well. I'm sorry, but Illinois is corrupt and can't be trusted. Well, that's one person's opinion. There you go.
Absolutely.
And then Nick says it used to be confidential. Oops, excuse me, it jumped on me. Used to be confidential what your political affiliation was. Why on earth would they have it on the back of mail-in ballots if they were an R or a D? That's making it wide open for distrust and rigging elections. The DNC has shown they will put out all the stops. So until we confirm what that is, I'm going to have to say we need to confirm.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we're going to be right back with more of the Pinch of Basile after these messages.
This is America Matters Media on AM 1180 KCKQ, a Lotus broadcast station. The power of radio since 1967.
To join the conversation, call 844-790-TALK. That's 844-790-8255. Now, back to the show.
Oh, so glad you can join us on a Pinch of Basile. If you have any questions for me, just give us a call at 844-790-8255. We're hoping to get Congressman Bilirakis, who's having some technical issues, trying to get on. I don't know why, but we will find out. Hopefully he's giving us a call at the number we just gave him. Folks, you can also catch us, like I said, on Basile Fans. That's BASILEFANS on Facebook. Like me. And it was kind of funny. After I made...
Hey, Basile, we've got the congressman.
Do we have the congressman?
He is on the phone.
Congressman Gus Bilirakis?
Hi, Basile.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
you doing all right?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. I tried to get on Zoom. Anyway, as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. You don't want to see my ugly face.
Oh, no, I do, Gus. I think you're a very beautiful man, and it's coming in a very non-threatening sexual way in any way. Okay.
No, exactly.
Gus, listen, a couple of questions, and because this is the last segment, of course, and we're going to get you back on, trust me, because you're Johnny on the spot when we do these things, so I trust you. You had some issues, we'll figure it out. Gus, a couple
whatever
of questions.
Need. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
First of all, Janice wants to thank you because of what you just did. Janice, go ahead.
Yep. The bill that the president just signed for the veterans, I wanted to say thank you personally because my husband will benefit from that, and there are a lot of veterans that will, and so much appreciated.
Well, it's my pleasure. We worked pretty hard on that.
Yes, it was introduced in 2019, right?
Yeah, and we worked with the Wounded Warrior Project on it, and I hope it helps our heroes. If severely disabled veterans will qualify. So,
yes.
In any case, we've got more work to do, but I was very proud of that bill.
Yeah,
and it was a bipartisan bill too, Gus, which was really nice.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole key, so, folks. You're talking, and you're listening to one of the guys who I brought on the show, who not only is a friend of mine, but he is one hell of a congressman who works bipartisan all the time as much as he can. Gus, it's crazy out there right now. What can you tell us about what's going on in some of these crazy cities? And President Trump wanted to send federal troops in to handle some of this.
Well, we're concerned that the leadership in those particular cities are not doing their job. And I will tell you this, I did a little video today to stand by our law enforcement officers, because 99%, even more than that, are doing a great job, and they're taking a risk to keep us safe. And we have to continue the funding. As a matter of fact, we should increase the funding for our law enforcement officers. But it takes leadership, and the president prefers not to send in the federal troops. However, if the locals aren't doing their job, then I definitely think that it's warranted.
Gus, given I should say Congressman Bilirakis because I love you that much.
No, Gus. I prefer Gus. I prefer Gus.
Some of the stuff that's been going on, and it's so unfair that we do not get the opportunity to see some of the mayhem and the violence and that's going on. It seems that the media does not want to show any type of violence that's going on there. I have to get it secondhand from places, from police video cameras, from this and that, because I can't get there. Every say, these are peaceful marches, and all of a sudden you're throwing Molotov cocktails, and you're taking a slingshot with these heavy ball bearings and trying to nail people in the face with these officers. It's terrible out there, and I think that we need some monitor.
Say that last part again.
I said it's sad to see that the violence is going on our police, and they're not doing anything because they're afraid to. They're being handicapped in every which way that's out there.
Yeah.
And it's just terrible.
Concern. That's my concern, and about the personal liability, too. The Democrats, and again, I am a bipartisan guy, but this is important. And I think most Democrats agree with us, but they're scared to vote against Nancy Pelosi. But in any case, we need to stand by our law enforcement officers. All they want to do is do their job, keep us safe, and they want to go home to their families at night. And we are handcuffing them, and it is a shame. That's why we've got to speak up and defend our country. We had the silent majority, but I don't think they're going to be silent anymore. Speaking of President Trump, we had a boat parade on Saturday in Pinellas County off of Clearwater Beach. I know you're very familiar with Clearwater Beach, Basile. And so it started in Clearwater, went all the way to Pasadena. So most of the county actually started from Tarpon Springs. And there were over... Excuse me, I had to sneeze. I apologize.
Not a problem.
There's no one else in the room, so yeah. So in any case, yeah, I would be wearing a mask if there were. But in any case, there were over 2,000 boats.
Wow.
And it broke a Guinness Book of World Records.
Wow.
Over 2,000 boats supporting President Trump. And I know we're not getting partisan, but I'm really concerned about the rule of law in this country. And I'm really concerned. Go ahead, please.
No, I just wanted to ask a quick question. You said that the Democrats, you think that they agree, but they're afraid of Nancy Pelosi. How does that change? How does one change that position? Because obviously, they're concerned. And
they have to get. Yeah. Well, they're also, everyone is worried about getting reelected. Okay. And if their constituents speak up and give them a message that this is not how America thinks, we want to protect our officers. And now, there's some officers that haven't done a good job, possibly. Oh, well, of course there are. But they need to be held accountable.
Right.
But, there used to be a phrase, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. These are heroes.
Right.
They're saving lives on a daily basis. If you talk to your average African-American, they'll tell you that they want the police.
Right.
They want to be safe.
Yeah.
They want to be safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's important for those constituents to contact their representatives so that they hear
their representatives and make sure their voice is known, particularly now during the campaign.
Yeah.
Because most of these members have general elections. Now, it's not just this BLM, I say black lives are sacred because Antifa has hijacked the BLM movement. And just go on the website and look at what they stand for.
Yep.
And
they're Marxists.
So we need to work together. Yeah, they're Marxists.
Yep. And they say that. They're not hiding it. We're not speaking ill.
They're not hiding it. It's
they're
right
saying
there.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. And how many people in yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, is Soros still going ahead and I guess bankrolling them?
I think he's bankrolling a lot of these radical leftists. Can I say for sure that he's bankrolling the BLM movement? I can't tell you, but indirectly, he probably is. But I can't tell you for sure. But yeah, he's involved in these campaigns. There's no question. He's involved in these attorney general campaigns, district attorney campaigns. He was involved last time. This guy wants to destroy our country. He's an enemy of the state, enemy of our country.
No two ways.
There's no
question.
2
ways. Yeah, there's no question about that, Gus. And it's so sad.
Yeah.
I hate to see any city.
Yeah, it really is.
I was a teenager back in the late 70s, and I'm telling you right now, some of the things that I saw, we always had respect, even though I tried to put my high school for sale one time. But that was just jovial things, just little things like that. I saw Carl Verdi, one of my teachers and coaches, who was on the show watching, and we tried to sell my high school. We put it for sale. And we thought that was a real funny thing to do. And that was innocent fun. TPing someone's house, innocent.
Yeah.
Burning down. Their workplace, breaking the windows, stealing for the sake of, because it's some of the garbage that goes on. It to me was just sickening. But Gus, I want you to promise me one thing, that you're going to come back soon. We have some time.
Absolutely.
We're going to bring you back. You are one of my favorite people, personally and professionally. And Gus, thanks for at least going ahead and calling in.
Of course. And again, I'll have somebody that knows this technical stuff a lot better than I do.
If not, we'll get you 2 soup cans and a piece of string.
Thank you.
All right, Gus. Thanks so much for joining us, Gus. Hey, reminders, folks. Don't forget we listen every week on Tuesdays from 6 to 7 New York City time. That's Eastern time. We can be heard all around the world on AmericaMatters.us. If you miss any part of the show, you can go to my Basile fans Facebook page and watch at your convenience, or download the audio on AmericaMatters.us. After the news break, come on back for What's the Story with Janice Hermson. Thanks so much for listening on A Pinch of Basile.